Oops.
Tough crowd.
I'm being exceptionally tough today. My feelings are hurt and I'm angry.
You have a furrowed brow.
It's his resting bitch face.
What's the male version of the resting bitch face?
The resting dick face.
You know, you do have that Wreck-It Ralph look.
We're having a new couch delivered Saturday. My days of fitness are done.
He's going to retire to the couch,
Done.
to the recliner couch. This show's down to 5 minutes now.
There's no terrorism going on in Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Don't say that word.
We'll get flagged on iTunes.
Yeah,
The man in black's gonna be knocking on the door.
Are you usually at 4 p.m.s?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the fun crowd.
Hey,
What?
5 a.m.'s fun.
I'm not saying you're not fun.
Yeah, you are.
You just did.
No.
Let's do it. Welcome to the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast, episode number 53 with Mark Fortune. You can find us at www.liftheavyrunlong.com, on Twitter and Instagram at liftrunlong, or feel free to email me directly at the address wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com. Also, please head over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. I have sitting to my right the fantastically wonderful, beautiful, newly certified L1 CrossFit trainer, Dr. Amanda Kimsey Horrell.
Jeez, way to steal her thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. She was going to bring that up.
Well, then let's do it all over again.
Hi, everybody.
It's too late now.
You motherfuckers are impossible. You know what?
We can say the F word?
You can say whatever
You
you
always
want to.
beep it.
You're allowed to
Yeah.
curse.
Beep.
I beep it out.
You mother
we-
beep. Can I beep myself? Sorry.
And Amanda, why don't you introduce Vaughn?
Let Mark introduce me.
Mark, go for it.
Vaughn.
I'm over here. I'm over here sulking. I'm going to be
Vaughn
over here
rolls.
sulking the whole episode.
The
Y'all-
Reverend.
Y'all have made me mad. There you go.
There you go.
The Reverend Von Rawls.
That's a good one. I like that.
I've watched a couple podcasts.
And then our guest today,
He's not going to say anything.
our guest today is Mark Fortune. Yay.
I don't have a Reverend or anything. I've got nothing.
You're a L1 certified.
I'm L1
or not
certified.
certified.
Thanks. I was going to
Excuse
tell
me.
them that.
A L1 trainer,
I'm L1 certified.
certificate holder.
That's right. I forgot you have
Not
to learn how to.
certified.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I
What?
forgot.
We aren't certified. We're just a L1 certificate holder.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's no
Gotta
certification.
get that wording right so CrossFit doesn't come sue me.
They're not going to sue you.
I'm still sulking.
How long is this going to last?
I'm thinking it's going to last the whole episode. Y'all hurt my feelings. I've worked hard.
I don't even remember what we did. Well,
I don't really remember what it was.
It was
the
you,
L1.
right?
No,
Oh,
it was
no.
Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
well, but
Amanda and I.
No,
said
he
that
said it.
stole your thunder.
Yeah, he said it.
Hurt his feelings.
And then she
That's
got
okay.
upset, which upset me.
I'm the only one that's happy. I'm on a
Amanda.
I'm on a podcast.
Amanda, congratulations on your CrossFit
Thank
L1 completion.
Thank you very much.
I'm so proud of you. You
Thank
worked
you.
so hard on that.
I'm excited. I'm very proud of myself.
Do you feel
hard.
like you could go and do you feel like you could go and coach a CrossFit class right now?
No.
No.
No, I've already asked a couple people if I can shadow for a while. And I mean, it was nice when I walked into Murph watching, I could see what was wrong technique-wise on people, and I feel like I could have coached them through some things and corrected things, but I just wouldn't want to be let go in something like that.
Yeah, they need to have a certification for just like herding cats. You know, like, did you just turn my mic off? Is that what you did?
No, I was fidgeting with the cord, so he jerked it out of my hand.
I'm just gonna turn his shit off.
I'm being just
That's
extra.
revenge.
I'm just being extra difficult.
That's hilarious.
But you learned a ton, didn't you?
I did. I learned that I was doing everything wrong.
A lot of people.
Did you
say
really?
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Everything. They pulled me out in the center of the group almost every single time we did.
I mean, I know I felt that way, but I was still pretty new to CrossFit when I did it. You've been doing it a long time.
3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard to
Yeah.
kind of reset my brain on some of that, but it made sense and it didn't hurt when I did things. So clearly I was doing things wrong.
What was the biggest thing that you were doing wrong?
What was it they kicked? Oh, my deadlift. My deadlift was terrible.
Your back.
Yeah, I wasn't doing my knees, back and everything coming up at the same time. It took them forever to get me corrected. I think everybody hated me in my group because we were all in our activated squat, like ready to come up, and they kept making me reposition myself.
See, I've rubbed off on her. I've made her start believing that everybody's hating her the way that I do. One little thing happens, and I'm like, everybody hates me.
Well, you're standing in a circle in this activated squat position. And everybody's shaking and sweating, and they're like yelling at me, telling me to reset. And I kept resetting, and then I wouldn't do it right again, and we'd have to do it again and again.
Oh,
They'd be like, one more. Nope, Amanda didn't get it right. One more. Amanda, you need to fix this. One more. I was like, ah.
Did you ever get angry?
I didn't get angry, but I was physically sweating because I was frustrated, and I know they were frustrated. And anyway.
So it's
I made it.
Chickasaw?
Yes, I went
It's
to
hot.
Chickasaw.
It's hot too, yeah.
Well, they didn't have any power.
And we didn't have any power either.
Oh,
We had a big
Electricity went
storm
off.
Oh.
here
So-
in Memphis.
That's
and
right.
Lots of people and places lost power.
Yeah.
So you had to go through the whole thing with no power.
So try doing a WOD with no music, no heat, no air conditioning,
We were talking about that at the gym the
dark
other day.
room.
And all you hear is,
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do a WOD. I tried to do Murph with no power and no music when it cut out. Not the whole thing, but about 35 minutes into it cut out.
oh, really?
And that sucked tremendously. I never
terrible.
thought that I never appreciated Kanye West so much as I wanted his
Oh.
music back on. It could have been playing Pitbull.
Oh, wow. That's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot.
Not a Pitbull fan. And
Nice.
then Amanda tells me that he's like the most philanthropic, nicest guy in the world. And I've been calling him all sorts of names for years.
Didn't he do that thing to Taylor Swift on you or something?
That was
That was
Kanye
Kanye
West.
West.
Kanye West.
Oh, so I don't even know.
That was Yeezy.
Pitbull
Oh.
We're
helps
talking
like
about Pitbull.
communities, children in the community and stuff. He reaches out to them and
Oh,
does
all
a bunch
right.
of work.
Is Kanye West Yeezy?
Yeah.
Yeezy? What is that?
That's
Just
his.
his nickname?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't like him at all.
They have those shoes, the Yeezys. And they're like $3,000.
What?
You buy them on eBay or whatever. And
That's crazy.
and so the kids, or at least my son, Holly bought him a pair of these Yeezys, but they're knockoff Yeezys.
Oh, okay.
You can buy them for like
Oh, my
you can
God.
buy them for like $20, but they look exactly like the $3,000 ones.
They're probably made in the same factory.
Yeah, yeah. They're like these super super expensive shoes. And I was like, "Are you serious?" My son told me that. He's like, "So and so has some Yeezys," and I was like, "What's that?" He was like, "It's a shoe, and it costs $3,000. They're real. He's got them. They're real. His mom bought them for him." I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." So Holly goes and looks on eBay, and she's like, "Man, I found these things for $20 or whatever it was."
His broke ass mama didn't buy him.
just told her. Just told him he did.
And then when Jackson comes home and somebody's stolen his shoes, you'll be happy that you didn't buy the real ones.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to broadcast that I had $3,000 shoes on my, because I remember when like starter jackets and they were nowhere near $3,000 and people were getting, mugged and beat up
That
for
was a
them and all
big
that.
thing for a long
Yeah.
time. The starter jackets.
I think it kind of almost hurt their business. So yeah,
I never knew starter jackets were that big of a deal that
yeah,
people were getting beat up over it.
yeah. I was in.
They were a big deal to Mark, and he beat somebody.
No, I was in firearms.
You were probably in Chattanooga at the time, and this was in Memphis.
Oh,
Well, now
yeah.
Chattanooga's
many years
become
ago.
the new Memphis, isn't
It
it?
has become the new
Has it?
Memphis, shooting everybody up every day. Yeah,
Really?
mall shootings, everything. It's really sad. Breaks my
Big
heart.
gang banging up in there.
Yeah.
Chattanooga.
They need to
Why?
Get a grip.
Chattanooga.
I don't know.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting bad. Hey, I want to read a review. Somebody left us a review.
Let's do it. Read a review.
And we were just talking about how iTunes sucks. Because
No.
I didn't say that.
I said I said iTunes is really hard for the podcaster to navigate, and you don't get any analytics. You don't get it's not pro podcaster.
There's a
in
tick.
my opinion.
There's a tick crawling on me right now.
That's gross.
Okay, go ahead. You were saying so eloquently that
Amanda said iTunes sucks.
iTunes sucks.
Okay,
and
I thought I
Apple
heard that.
sucks.
And then
It's
I
not
said,
user friendly.
Well, it's just not. I think it's great. That's what I use to listen to my music all day long. I mean, and they have a fantastic radio and playlist thingy. Like way better than Spotify, in my opinion.
Okay, well, let me back up. It seems like iTunes, that it's rather difficult to leave a review on iTunes.
It seems that way. It
No.
seems that
No.
reviews and podcasts are difficult.
And I think that they hold them up. I think that when they get a review, or if they get 3 or 4 or 5 or 100 reviews, they hold them up and they review them before they post them.
Why?
And so people, I don't know, it just seems to be the case. And so then people think that they didn't do it right. And then they show up.
Huh.
But I don't know.
Well, people in general are not very computer savvy to begin with, so that makes it even worse.
But this person went the extra mile, said screw it, and she just emailed me the review.
There you go.
So here we go. This is from our friend Andrea Rutledge. And she said, I've been trying to leave you the following 5-star review on iTunes, but apparently I'm not doing it right. So here you go. Friends I haven't met
sucks.
yet. I look forward to this podcast every week. All 3 are welcoming, honest, funny, supportive, and interested in their guests. One day I'd like to travel to Olive Branch to run with them, tell stories, and group source solutions to our common challenges. Good luck to you all 3 as you face Murph, training for those big races in November, and the ferocious difficulty of resisting chili cheese fries.
Look at that. That was a beautiful review.
Wasn't it, though?
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Where's she from?
She didn't say where she was from.
Aw.
I should have asked that in my response.
Well, you can reply again.
I will do
That's
that.
the cool thing
Say,
about
Amanda
email.
wants to know.
Is you can just reply as many
Where you
times as
from?
you want.
Well, she's probably listening right now. Andrea, send me an email and let me know
Call
where
in.
you're from.
Where's the phone?
Yeah, I know, right?
I meant to do that. A friend of ours, Bill Ferguson, was
Yeah.
asking when he can call in, and I meant to do that.
And
You
I
have
would
like a
ask
red
if we could
phone.
Get it set up for call-ins too.
We need a
And I think I
background.
know how to do it.
Yeah. Do a red phone like right there, a little big light on it.
I'd have to you'd have to set us up with a Google number. Can you do that?
I can do that.
And when it rings on my phone, will it say this is someone calling the Google number, or this is someone calling your regular number? I'm sure the audience is dying to know.
We'll have to figure it out. Well, the way it works is your phone rings. If it's a Google number, you're probably not like me. You probably answer the phone when it rings. But so when you answer the phone, it says, this is a Google voice call or whatever from, and they make the person say their name. And so you'll hear the lady say, you have a call from Bill Ferguson. And then you can choose whether you want to answer it or not.
So it's like call and
yeah.
collect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think it's just a matter
caller
of
ID.
plugging it in back there, so we can make that happen.
But then they would have to hear us live in order to be a part of the conversation, though, right?
Yeah, and I think
But
they can hear.
will.
I think
It
they'll hear
probably
us
goes-
live.
If they're calling Google Voice, all this stuff goes through the Ethernets back to them, and they can talk to us and hear us, and we can say, "Hey, what's up, Bill? What you doing right now?"
Yeah, I've got the plug for that.
So we can podcast live so they can hear and call in when they have questions and want to have a discussion. About
No,
something.
no, the caller could probably hear.
Oh,
I'm not so much sure about the whole world.
gotcha.
Right, the whole world cannot hear unless we're doing it live, like on Google Hangouts. But I think if I had to get on Google Hangouts again, I would vomit.
Yeah, it's
I just can't. I can't take another layer of difficulty. Y'all get frustrated at me for doing sound checks and for setting up, and it's just too much.
I didn't get frustrated at you. I sat here calm and quiet and
she
chatted
got
with Mark.
mad because you jumped on and told everybody about her CrossFit.
I didn't get
Right.
mad.
See,
What is your sorry
I got
about?
mad.
she got so angry.
I thought you were gonna
Everybody
punch you.
freaked out.
Man, I'm glad you got to edit that out.
Y'all said such horrible. I cut out all the mean things that y'all
But
said.
he had to
to me.
cut out half the program because we've talked about it so much.
Wow.
I got mad at her
What'd you get mad at her about?
because she said there's stuff in here. She said my shirt was Tennessee Orange, and it is not.
I think it is.
It's-
It is.
it's
if you
pretty
want it to be. All
OBCF.
you Tennessee Orange fans, go to www.liftheavyrunlong
What's those?
and
What's
order
those
a
things?
shirt.
What's those things the ice cream truck have? Creamsicles, aren't
Crack.
they? Isn't
Oh,
that
the
this color?
dreamsicle?
Dreamsicle.
LHRL
That's this color.
Vols.
Yeah. I'm burning this shirt.
Did you get my text? You're supposed to be making me a 100-mile 400 deadlift logo so I can put it on the shirt.
That's right.
You got that and you didn't do it.
That's right.
Demerit.
That's right.
That's
Tough
it.
crowd.
I'm being exceptionally tough today. My feelings are hurt and I'm angry.
I can see you have a furrowed brow.
I always have a furrowed brow. That's my problem. I have like
It's his resting bitch face.
resting bitch face like nobody's ever seen. And what it is it's a perpetual confused face.
Look at the camera. Show them your resting bitch face.
What's the male version of the resting
See it?
bitch face?
I guess like this.
Bastard?
No,
Resting
what's it
bastard?
called? The resting dick
Bastard.
face?
That's it.
Is that a tweetable?
Resting dick face.
I am a resting dick face.
That's better than bastard.
Oh my gosh.
I have that. And so people think I'm mad all the time when I'm really just confused. I'm in deep thought. I'm an intellectual.
But you smile a lot. But you frown while you smile.
Right. As soon as I get done smiling,
Smiling, you frown.
I'm like, do we have anything to talk about?
You know, you do have that Wreck-It Ralph look.
Yes, he does.
You know?
Oh, what was that girl at Oh, this is so funny. The girl at Sweet Peas, she said you look like that guy off The Walking Dead or whatever that show's called.
Yeah, he's not sexy either.
Which guy?
What?
Is it Walking Dead? Is that the show with like the zombies or whatever?
It's Walking
is a
Dead.
zombie
Which guy?
show.
Oh, hang on.
Chris Farley is what I get more than anything
Yes,
else.
you do look
because
like
I look
Chris
like Chris Farley, which is great because I'll take that. But people think I'm a wrestler a lot. I don't know what to think about that.
Like for Chris Farley, have you ever said like, I'm in a van down by the river?
Oh yeah, I've done
Yeah.
a lot of Chris Farley stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I got kicked out of a thing in college. I got a little drunk and did a cartwheel and a Chris Farley thing.
Landed on something.
Smash the coffee table.
Yeah, that was his big
it
thing.
was leading to
Didn't
that.
she say you look like some guy named Abraham on there?
Oh, the redheaded guy.
Abraham Ford.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that died here a couple seasons
No
ago.
spoilers. Spoilers.
Yep.
I'm not caught up.
Oops, sorry.
Thanks.
Well, that's several
I don't
seasons
even know
ago.
that guy.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Well, you can spoil.
Hey, so we got couches. Everyone should know that we have a couch that we're sitting on because we're having a new couch delivered Saturday.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
it's not in the house. I was going to go check it out. He does look like that guy.
No, it's coming
Yeah, it's not here.
Saturday.
It's coming Saturday.
It reclines
Electronically.
electronically.
And
So
it
my
has
days of
Electronically or
fitness
electrically?
electrically.
with
or both.
electricity and a motor.
Okay.
And a remote.
It's
and
wireless.
The headrests also moved.
Does it have a cooler and little glass holders, cup holders?
No, it's got a recliner.
Does it have
That's good
Wi-Fi?
enough.
Doesn't have Wi-Fi. It's got a recliner. It's got 4 of them.
Nice.
4 recliners.
My
Why you putting it in
days-
the house?
My days of fitness are done.
He's going to retire to the couch,
Done.
to the recliner couch.
I'll be dead in 5 years.
So
With some
is it
heart disease
straight or
that
is it
hasn't
an
been
L?
invented yet.
It's a kind of a wide U.
Okay, because I'm thinking the
Make room.
leg rests.
Yeah, it's to
I'm
make room for
overthinking this,
everything.
sorry. But I'm thinking the leg
Yeah, it's
rests are
kind
going to
of a
bump
pretty
into each other.
wide
Okay.
U.
No, hopefully there's been people who have
Tried
looked
it.
at that.
Oh no, it's just you're the first. You're the what do you call it? The demo or whatever. I don't know. What it's called.
You get the couch home.
Prototype. You're the
None of
prototype.
things will
Son
raise
of a-
up because they're too close. Like, wow, I just
It
assumed.
sucks. This non-refundable cash deal was terrible. 10 nautical miler this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Are you running that, Mark?
Yes,
Oh.
yes, I am.
Okay.
Because of y'all. Because y'all signed up.
So Mark was in the Navy, and I remember last year. Did you run it last year?
No, I've never run it.
Okay. Well, I knew that you didn't know how far nautical mile was.
No, I did not.
Do you now?
I do not know how far a nautical mile is.
Was it
I
like
know
a
how
half
far
marathon or
10
something?
nautical miles are. I
How
could
far
probably
is
do the
10
math.
nautical miles?
11 and a half? I'm asking.
I think it's 11.7.
It's close to 11 and a half.
I ran almost 9 today up to Darby's to get my car.
Wow.
Terrible decision
Why?
because it's so hot.
It is hot.
And my
What time?
my handhelds I left at 11,
Wow.
10, 9:30. I guess 9:30, and my handheld water bottles were in my car, so I had to go up there with no water.
And then run back with them? And they were hot?
Oh, 11.5.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I was in the Navy.
What I did was
I was in the Navy. I know that stuff.
I was supposed to run 2 10Ks the day before Murph. And I decided what I was going to do is leave a bottle of water. Did I tell this story already?
No.
Not to me.
I was going to leave a bottle of water and some goo and stuff on the little electrical box in my front yard. And I mapped out a 2-mile loop in my neighborhood, and I was going to do this 2-mile loop 6 times to make 12 miles or whatever. The problem is the pool is right across the street from my house. And so I was home by myself because the family was at the river for the holiday weekend. And there's nobody at the pool. And I was like, why is nobody at the pool? I can't believe it's a holiday weekend and there's nobody at the swimming pool. Usually it's just crowded. So I ran a lap, looked at the pool a little bit, ran another lap. I got 3 laps in, 6 miles. And then I ran another mile. And then about half a mile into that 7th mile, I was like, you know what? I'm going to the pool. It's hot out here. So I turned around and came back home, and I ran 7 miles and then put my bathing suit on and went and jumped in the swimming pool.
You did a biathlon.
I did a buyout. I did. I went in. I must have swam at least 2 miles.
So you didn't do your own plan.
That is correct. That is correct.
How can somebody else follow that if you're not going to follow your own?
No,
Well,
I'm just.
I made an executive decision because there was a pool and
and he did Murph.
And nobody was there.
and I had to do Murph the next day. So
No.
The next day.
I knew that if I was going to run 12 miles, that I was going to be a little bit sore the next day, and I didn't really want to just super wreck myself doing 12 miles and then Murph.
So I know Vaughn enough, and y'all know Vaughn definitely enough to know that the only reason he went to the pool because there was nobody there.
Oh,
yeah.
no doubt. He wouldn't
Yeah.
have gone there if they were having a concert.
No. Or people.
You got no argument from me there.
We were doing the Tunnel Hill documentary, and I'm interviewing people, usually 2 at a time, and I have Mark and Chris over here, and I have them set up the way that they're supposed to be, just as tight as they can be, a good camera
We're
shot.
tight.
And so I put Amanda and Vaughn in the same chairs as y'all left them to interview both of them, and they just steady pulled apart like magnets in the opposite direction. And before it was all over with, they weren't even in the
Out of
camera.
the camera.
They're in 2 separate corners like they were about to box each other. They just couldn't. I mean,
Go to your neutral corners.
they see each other every week. They're some of the closest of friends, but they're just such introverts.
That's why you put me in the middle.
Oh, you can imagine like being in a new workplace with all these new people. I'm just like, I'm so stressed out at the end of the day, not because of my work, but because like I'll encounter people and I'll be like, I don't know how to have a conversation. So I'm like,
And they're kind of upbeat people, right? Because
right,
they're advertising.
Like, one guy, a guy would come over to my desk and be standing there like, hey, how's it going? I'm like,
I need a cube.
I just crashed the server.
yeah, man, I'm trying to do good. I'm really trying. You'd be proud of me, I think.
Oh, that's funny.
Can you edit that out?
Oh, man.
I'm glad I'm here because I get to tell everything that gets edited out.
Oh,
So
boy.
So y'all just expecting something from me.
No.
Well,
What?
Everybody's looking at me like
So
I
who
have
did-
I thought
something
you
to
were
say.
surfing the internet.
Because you looked over at the computer and you said, "Oh fuck."
So who else is doing
I
it?
didn't say that.
So
That's
you're
what
doing
I
it.
heard.
No, that's not what I said. But now I got to go back and bleep that out. So thanks a fucking lot. It's another thing that I have to go back through and,
I was
and
quoting.
cut
I was quoting you.
and insert it in there.
I learned it by watching you.
I want to
I
hear
learned
about the
about
nautical
watching-
10-miler.
Dad,
Nautical 10 miler.
It's hot.
it's hot.
Is
It's
that
at
an
6
It's a hot
a.m.
course. It gets hot quick. But I think it's supposed to rain this weekend.
What time does it start?
6 a.m.
You want it to rain during the
6
race?
a.m.
We
Yeah, it started
got
at
to
6.
leave at.
Are you doing it?
4.
Oh no.
Yeah, they
Okay.
open up
Oh,
to
no.
get your stuff at 4:45.
Oh. You just touched me.
Oh,
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah, it's early.
Get cooties.
It's super early. So we have to leave at what 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's bad.
I guess I'm carpooling.
Man, that's early. That's one I could just go do. I don't know. I'll have to consider that.
I like the
You don't
course.
they're probably sold out.
Oh, is it probably closed out?
Oh, is that one that does that?
Rats.
So this is a big race. That's what I wanted to know.
That's-
This is a big race.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a lot. It's a lot of people.
Wow.
Well, they'll let me in.
It's Reverend Rawls.
I'll tell them who I'm with.
That's right.
I like it, but it is hot. But it's
Flat.
it's flat and it's fun, and you kind of run out down the street, and then you kind of go into like a field area on the road, and come back, and then you go into the naval base like housing area, and they have hoses and water sprinklers to spray on you and cheer you on. And
I was there in 1976. That's when I
Really,
went to
man?
school. I went to Millington for school. Yeah.
Huh. I was at the Millington base for a skateboard competition one time when I was
Not
19.
I was in 1976.
It was
You weren't.
in the 90s, yeah.
Well, Amanda made it sound like it was really exciting. I don't remember it being all that exciting. It's on a road and it's really hot.
And you hate the roads for running. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really hot at 6 o'clock in the morning.
it's really hot
gets
when it takes
humid.
you forever to run 11 miles. So it's not 6 o'clock in the morning when it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
We ran at 4:30 this morning, and it was hot.
it's humid hot.
I got to do something about my shoes. I have a shoe
Buy
dilemma.
some new-
Saw where they caved in.
Yeah. And Vaughn, I don't want to hear your crap
There's
about
probably
running.
somebody on the Facebook group that'll tell you how to do it, though. Just saying. All you got to do is ask.
So I asked him. He has like 70 comments under that, and I was like, "So what did they recommend?" I don't know. I've not really read them all. I don't know.
Don't,
So he asked
don't
the
get
question
into
and then read it.
I just want to be social. Just wanted to see what was going on. I like
You just want
getting-
to stir up the.
I like getting the red dot. I like the notification that tells me somebody commented on something I had to say.
But then he wore 'em today to run to Darby's, and
Yeah, I mean, my feet turn in really bad. It's not uncomfortable. I feel good. My body feels good.
Do you know how many miles you have on them?
Not many. It's
Really?
like
Oh, wow.
150 or something.
Well, that's a lot of miles on it. I used to see it.
150 is a lot of miles.
Yeah,
to put on
Well,
two
I think
shoes?
so. 200 miles was usually tops on a pair of shoes for me.
Is that the case? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
I'm
can
not a
accept
wrestler.
that.
You know, when you're a wrestler, you're a lot harder on 'em.
What was the answer that Elijah gave us? Because he works at a running store. I thought he had an intelligent answer for you.
Yeah, he gave about 3 different shoes that I'd never heard of.
I'm thinking about getting some Sauconys, but I looked at those and they're like crazy expensive.
Yeah.
That's what I got here. But
And I'm
I can't wear
scared to
them.
bite the bullet on something like that.
I wear them because they look cool, but they're not comfortable to run in.
Really?
Yeah. But not
what's
for
not
me, but I
comfortable?
just have I have really high arches.
I have the opposite.
And I asked the question, I said, my feet turn in, and I'm looking for something with a similar drop to Pearl Izumi. And most people went into, if you're going to wear zero drop, I was like, I'm not
Ultra.
wearing zero drop. Ultras have zero drop that I'm like, I'm not wearing zero drop. Well, for minimalist shoes, it's like,
Yeah, they want to answer your question.
I'm looking for similar drop. Isn't that the word I'm looking for? Drop?
Do you know what it is? What millimeter? Like 6 millimeter?
No. Is that what you do?
It sounds
Yeah.
to me like everyone probably assumed that the Pearl Izumi that you were wearing was a low drop shoe.
Okay.
I was gonna say minimal, but then
Yeah, you know what that name?
Well, I want to tell you what I did, but I'm afraid, Vaughn, you'll run out of the room.
I'm not. I'm strong.
Okay. Well, I went to one of those Dr. Scholl's things that they have in Walmart because the idea of strengthening my foot or putting any effort to any of my problems is out the window. If anyone suggests anything other than a pill or something that can be delivered from Amazon or done at Walmart, it's a bad suggestion. So I went to Walmart and got on the Dr. Scholl's foot reader and I got some inserts. Life is good, brother. Life is good.
With what shoe?
For all my shoes, I just take the one insert and I put them. I change them every time I change shoes.
Okay.
And it
So
works
that was your
good.
problem. You just needed, so the shoes just didn't have a
buy-
high enough arch.
You didn't buy a whole crate of them and put them in all your shoes.
No, I just bought one set.
You'll get the rest of them tomorrow.
I wonder what that smells like.
But I think that the problem there is they raise my feet up, and so it makes them cave in that much more because the arch raises me up that much more. So I'm on a platform.
Why don't you go get an orthotic?
That's what Dan said, and I asked him what's an orthotic, and he didn't answer my question. So I
have
Googled
an orthotic in my right shoe.
So you go to mechanics, or one of the physical therapist place, and they have a little box, and they have your feet, and they put you just a certain way, and they press it down, they get it set just right, and they build you an orthotic, and you get it a couple weeks later.
A couple weeks?
Yeah, it takes a while. They have to make them.
Well, that's not going to work.
That doesn't
and this
work
is
at all.
like it's hard
I've got
molded
Prime.
plastic. And you can get a couple of them if you want at the same time.
So
that
I'm
way.
certified for ortho feet for diabetic shoe fitting, and I used to take the diabetic patients and get these shoes and fit them, and I took the soles out, heat them with a heat gun, and had them stand on it and mold to their foot, and then you let them cool off for like 5 minutes, and you stick them in there, and they're good to go.
Right
They
there.
do that at the hospital?
I used to do it at the pharmacy, the community pharmacy. I used to
Oh,
work out as a pharmacy
okay.
technician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So can you do that?
Can you do
I'm
it?
sure my thing's expired, but
You can order
No,
the
I mean, you don't
equipment
need it to do it
on
for
Amazon
him.
Prime, and then
Orthotic?
she can
Yeah.
do it for
And I
you.
could start doing it as a side gig.
They sell that thermoplastic
We
on
could
Kydex.
have-
Kydex could use
We could
Kydex.
have LHRL
orthotics.
foot pads.
Orthotics. Now, do you have to be diabetic to have these? Because after I get the couch that has the recliner, I'll be diabetic within a year.
Well, I mean, people came into the store and just thought they had some pretty Mary Janes and stuff and just bought them and didn't mold their feet. I mean, they just bought them to wear because the shoes don't have any like lining or seams in them that would cause irritation to the foot for people who are diabetic. Normally can't feel their feet or their toes and stuff, and so they don't know they're getting sores and
right on.
infections and all that. So these shoes were like protective shoes for their feet.
So do I need to go see a foot person?
A
I have a
podiatrist.
guy.
You have a foot person.
Have
Can
a
I go
guy.
see him? Will you give me his number? Is that something personal? Like,
If you know the secret handshake,
do
I
people,
can.
do people
It's a
that have
foot shake.
people?
It's a secret foot shake.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
All right. How long will I have to wait to go see him?
I got in quickly.
Well, you're really hot.
Within they didn't see my face.
Yeah, but what do you think the podiatrist is going to do for you? He's going to build you an orthotic, and you're going to wait a couple weeks for it.
Right.
Okay.
I bought.
Isn't that what you just told me to do?
No, I say go to mechanics and
Where's
you go
mechanics?
down there on Winchester and Hacks. Or I mean, I'm sure any good physical therapist can do it.
Do I just walk in?
No, you have to make an appointment and give them money. But
So
it's usually
mine's
covered
like
under insurance.
Now, mine's a general one. He could only purchase it, but I got it from him, and it wasn't molded. But my next step was going to be a
But you can-
personalized molded one, and I didn't need it.
So is this the one you can
That's
use a heat gun and customize it?
No, no,
Oh,
not that.
okay.
I don't want to do anything on Winchester. I don't want to go anywhere.
I'll ask them to relocate.
The only thing that belongs on Winchester is a nuclear warhead.
Isn't Winchester a kind of brand of gun?
Did you just offend everybody that lives on Winchester on podcast?
The views that are expressed by Wilson on this show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the other three people. That
Is
are
it
on this
FedEx
show.
World Headquarters on Winchester? Is it Nike's return facility on Winchester?
I, for one, I'm a big fan of FedEx
I love
that'll
Winchester.
get
I
turned
love
into a threat.
everything.
and Nike.
I did
don't-
not just make a threat that I was going to launch a missile down Winchester.
You know how many bags of fertilizer there are here?
Mark was noticing the fertilizer in the garage.
I said, I hope there's not a whole bunch of 55-gallon drums of diesel
Diesel
fuel.
fuel.
Yeah. He spreads it for a living, so that's why.
Slinging that fertilizer. Yeah, they keep it. They keep tabs. Department of Agriculture keeps tabs on who's buying all that.
I bet they
fertilizer.
do. I bet they do.
And they know you have it.
Yep. I got to meet with them once a year.
The inspector.
The inspector.
They want to evaluate his attitude.
That's right.
Well, after this show, you're going to have to edit some.
This show's down to 5 minutes now.
There's no terrorism going on in Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Don't say that word.
We'll get flagged on iTunes.
Yeah,
The man in black's going to be knocking on the door.
the
And
NSA
then
is
iTunes
scanning.
is going to have to listen to it, and they'll be like, "And they said we suck." You know what? We're just going to get rid of this podcast altogether.
I bet the NSA scans all the podcasts. I bet they do.
Tomorrow morning, there'll be a weird-looking man in your front yard smoking
In a black
cigarette.
suit, trench coat, Crown Victoria. Is that still the car?
I got a question. Amanda has some shaker bottles.
Oh, dear.
Protein shaker bottles. that protein has been left in.
Oh, get rid of them.
And well, that's my question. How long is long enough before
open
you
them.
just trash the bottle?
You just throw it. Well, it depends. How long has it been?
2 good weeks in my hot car.
That's concrete now.
And
That's
then
turned into
then
concrete.
she moved them from her car to outside.
To our
on a-
bench
Okay,
outside the
that's
door
good.
because I
That's
didn't
good.
want to
I
take
would
it
do that.
inside.
That's the thing I would do.
So I thought about emptying it and jumping in the pool with it.
So do you think you can't clean it, or do you?
Hey, no. Here, this is a really good idea. Really good. So take the shaker bottle, get in the pool, go underwater, open the jar, and then throw it and swim to the other side of the pool.
No,
And get out of the pool.
open the jar and hold on to it, and it'll be like those machines. She'll go launching out of the pool.
One of them,
There's enough gas
So one of
built
them's my
up in there
protein.
to-
Like there's that much protein left in it.
Ew.
But then one of them is my BCAAs. I don't think that one's going to be as bad.
Start with the BCAAs, but yeah, I would just.
See, I think I'd open
I bought
it
a brand
and
new
sling it and
shaker
just
bottle.
jump in the
You
pool.
need to give that to a university because you've probably created life in there.
I bought a brand new shaker bottle like 2 days ago for $7 at Target. So a blender bottle.
Mark
So
raised his
just go
hand
get
like he
another
knows the standard protocol for protein shaker bottles that have been left out for too long, and he knows a place where you donate them to science.
No, I think I'd fill it half with sand and shake it, and basically sandblast the inside of it if you want to reuse it.
I really do because it's my Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah,
But the problem is not.
you have
I mean,
a pressure washer?
if you're gonna open it, the problem is opening it originally.
Yeah.
Open it underwater, not in your pool.
It's
Put it in
not
the
gonna
sink.
explode.
No, I just don't wanna
You're worried
smell
about the
it.
stink.
It's gonna
yeah.
It's the
stink.
smell I don't
That's
wanna
why
open.
I say, yeah,
Open it underwater. Y'all,
hold your breath.
Put it in the
y'all
sink.
are brilliant.
Yeah, open it underwater or just hold your breath, open it up, and you got to get the.
No, that doesn't work. It crawls up your nose and it goes
does.
down your throat.
Maybe you could throw it and let it just
Just
stay
let
there.
it dry for a few days out in the yard in the heat, and then
like
So I'm a single guy, so
grenade.
I wash all my dishes in the shower when I'm taking my shower because I'm multitasking. So just take it in the shower with you.
I'm never eating dinner.
I bet you're really, really clean, aren't you?
I bet you're a neat freak.
No,
You're a freak.
I'm a freak, but I'm not a neat freak. Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
a
not?
neat- No.
You know, I've been.
So let me tell a story real quick. I got this security camera installed in my house, one of those things where I can log into my phone and look at. And so I was showing my friend at work. I thought, this is so cool. Look at this. And he's like, "Were you broken into?" He thought my house had been ransacked because that's how untidy it was.
No, I don't believe that.
I don't
don't
believe
either.
that either.
Now I could
That's
log
a
in, but
lie.
I'm not showing you because I may have left my collection of Playboys laying out, fanned across the table.
I bet your closet is in like.
Oh yeah, my shirts are. Oh yeah,
Color
I'll send you a picture
order,
later on.
shoes
They're
or-
color coded. All my T-shirts are hung on hangers. All my shoes are on little shoes. So I'm neatish, but I'm not a neat freak. I like neatness, but I'm lazy.
You're the most matchiest person I've ever met
But you're
for
very
gym.
organized. You're
I
organized.
try to be
Mark
organized,
comes to
but
the
then I have a
gym in
dining room table
completely
that's
matching
covered with stuff.
outfits from
So,
shirt to shorts to the spandex shorts underneath to the socks to the shoes at 5 a.m.
Sometimes matching in SpongeBob SquarePants
Yes.
attire,
Yes.
not clothes that look like SpongeBob SquarePants, but actual SpongeBob SquarePants
I have
clothes.
nothing SpongeBob SquarePants.
Are you
I
kidding
love
me?
SpongeBob
You
SquarePants,
used to
but I have
have
no.
something-
No, I had the smiley face one. I had a smiley face. Or did I?
You've got You've got a SpongeBob Square. I remember you yelling at someone in the gym and saying, "SpongeBob SquarePants says to go deeper in your squat," and we were all like, "What's wrong with that guy?" You've got a SpongeBob
Is that the
SquarePants
first day you ever met him?
outfit.
That was 3 years ago.
No,
No, I'm saying that's when I first met him. First met you.
Well,
I just
but-
got a friend anniversary from you from Facebook for this week. 3
oddly
years.
enough, I've been spraying your yard. I've been doing the weed control at
I
your
didn't even
yard
know it.
for 10 years.
Yeah, didn't even know
7
it.
years, something like that. And when I would go to your backyard, I saw where your chairs were stacked on your dining room
He's
table.
snooping.
And I thought,
No.
wow, this guy has really got some stuff going on.
Tell him why.
And then I found out he's got a Roomba. The
No.
vacuum cleaner. Oh, I'm sorry. Not a Roomba.
Botvac.
Botvac. And so that makes sense because he wants it to clean under
No,
his.
it'll get stuck under the chairs.
Well, it just won't go under the table. So it just won't, it won't go anywhere where there's stuff, So,
Do you cook?
yeah. Not Yeah, I'm not a good cook, but I cook. Like all my lunches this week, because I'm trying to eat real well. So I've cooked all my chicken and my vegetables ahead of time. I did that on Sunday, so I got it all set for the week. But at night I'm tired, so I'll run by Abby's and get baked chicken and vegetables. So.
You talked about that place. I've never been there.
Yeah, it's one of the few places you can get fast food healthy. So baked chicken and all kinds of vegetables. So
You've got it going on. You know how to cook. You keep a clean house. You got a nice bachelor pad.
Did you get that from that conversation?
It doesn't have to be from that conversation. I know you. I didn't just pick that up.
I don't know how to cook. I know how to heat food. I know how to put food in the oven, but people that know how to cook, I'm impressed with. Like they know how to spice. You know what my spices I have? Salt and pepper.
I believe you know how to cook to impress. You know how to cook long enough
I can cook
to get whatever it is
cheesecake
that you're looking for.
I can make a cheesecake from scratch. There's a grandmother's recipe.
Yep, and you've got at least one more go-to that if you have a date or someone coming over to your house, it's a very nice meal, and it's your go-to meal.
Do you let women come in your house?
He doesn't let them out.
I would welcome any woman that wants to come into my house. I would welcome it. If it ever happens, I would welcome them to come into my house. Any woman, all the millions of viewers, you're welcome to come in.
There will be. After having you on here, there'll be
all the 3,000 women on the Facebook group. Open invitation to Mark.
How many members do you have? Do you have members? I mean, do you have members?
Not quite 3,000.
Wow.
It's growing daily like crazy, though. Super excited.
Well, it's exponential thing. Yeah.
And
it's
we encourage you to join that group, and when you go run and come back.
Well, all the 3,000 women.
No matter if it's a mile.
Tell us about what you're doing.
We had somebody really upset. They joined the Lift Heavy Run Long Facebook group, which obviously is going to be about lifting heavy and running long or whatever the hell you want it to be. It's it's just a bunch of people hanging out, having fun. And this guy's like really upset that people are posting things like, why would I care about your 4-mile run?
What did he want?
And it's like, why would you join a group called Lift Heavy Run Long if you're upset when people tell you about their running and their lifting? So we had him killed.
I bet that guy.
Did you shoot him in the vest?
I shot him in the vest.
That person would love to follow me on Instagram.
I just want to know why. Why? What was he expecting? That's what I want to know. I mean, is he a dick?
I'm sure you could strike up a conversation with them.
Is he still on there?
Get on there.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't want to kick him off.
Did anybody comment on it? On his reply?
I was looking at another post that was someone was talking about doing a burpee 5K with 5 people, getting a group and doing alternating, burpees or whatever.
Which that is so up Wilson's alley.
Are you on asphalt? Are you going to do that on asphalt?
I think we're going to do it at a track.
Oh, that's still.
This is totally not up my alley,
No.
but it's something that I promised Brian Swanson I would do a burpee mile if he would do the Tuscumbia
I remember that
race.
So burpee, and I mean, how far do you go between each burpee? I mean,
As far as you can jump. Burpee broad jump.
Oh, burpee broad jump. Oh, wow, that's going to be hard.
So somebody posts about that. They're doing a virtual one, trying to get a group together. And then I see up underneath the comments, the same guys see what I'm talking about? Are all these people in the same group? These are real vague posts. I just don't like the way this is done. And I told him, I said, it seems like you're really unhappy here.
Yeah.
There's places you
But maybe
can
he
leave
seeks
the
that
group.
out. Maybe he seeks unhappiness. I've been married 3 times, so I obviously do. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
You really are. You are this guy. It's your.
That's you.
It's
your,
Mark.
It could
your
be.
Kevin?
role.
Are you Kevin?
Don't say names.
Oh, beep. I want to go look this up. I want to go talk to this guy. I want to find out what his story is.
You got it. Go check him out, man.
I will.
You might need a
He's on
friend.
there.
I will.
And that's what we're all about. Community.
Like you say, friendship. It's all about friendship.
It's all about friendship and supporting each other.
Welcome.
So you say go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to try to start the interview. I don't know if you all are still chatting.
There's an interview?
Questions.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, starting out in your younger days, did you always lift heavy, run long? Or did you choose one
I
over the
never
other?
lifted. I ran long. So I started running in 79. So I've been running for 38 years. And so I got into running long very quickly. I got with this group of people down in Florida who they were training for a marathon, their first marathon, and I thought, I want to do that. So I started training with them. We were running every day and went and did my first marathon in Savannah, Georgia. And took me 3 hours and 43 minutes to do it.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Well, I was in my 20s, early 20s, so.
Another beeping.
Sorry.
You know what?
Another beeping, another curse word.
Oh.
Bad word.
It's not me.
Holy snarkies.
So,
Well, by gosh, Mark.
so,
That's an incredible feat you have there.
so then I trained hard to go run another one. I was going to try to qualify for Boston. And so I trained so freaking hard, track workouts, everything. And I put everything I had in. I went and ran the New Orleans Marathon, which is across the Lake Pontchartrain Bridge. Mm-hmm. It was billed as the world's fastest marathon course because the wind was always at your back every year. Well, we had a freak front come through, and the wind was at our face for 26 miles and rain. And I put everything I had into it and finished in 3 hours and 43 minutes. Exactly, same exact time. So, wow. So.
Now, you said you didn't lift at all. I thought you did bodybuilding.
No, that was just a couple of years ago. Before I got into CrossFit, I did powerlifting. So.
Okay, well, I saw a picture of you, and you're a monster.
Well, I was definitely more bulky than I am now or ever was. Yeah. I was always I was a 145-pound runner when I was competitive, so I was thin, and I was a 125-pound wrestler in high school. I was like, I was thin. So.
I thought you ran Boston.
I did, but I ran as a bandit.
Oh.
Yeah.
A bandit.
Oh, Mark, won't they kill you for that now?
No, it was actually planned back then. I mean, there was so many registered runners, and then there was a section, and it had signs, bandits, and they had enough water, enough food, and everything for everybody. Oh, yeah. This is in 81, 82, I guess I ran Boston.
Born.
Pardon me? I hate when people do that. So, funny story, I'm running Boston, and I'm running along. Running the ball, or did decent time, whatever. I mean, even after you're way back in the back of everybody. Go ahead. I thought you asked a question.
I'm just intently. I'm hoping. Didn't you lead the Boston Marathon?
No, that was the Jacksonville River Run. I'll tell you that. I love that story too. But no, I'm running the Boston. No, I definitely did not lead the Boston Marathon because when you hear this story, I'm running along, and all of a sudden I'm past 18 miles. I'm past the hills now, and I hear this roar coming up behind me, and I'm like, "What the heck?" And it's John Kelly. Is not a John Kelly y'all know, John Kelly the Elder, they called him. And this guy had won the Boston Marathon one year. And when you win the Boston Marathon, you never have to qualify again. You can run it every year. So he was running his 50th Boston Marathon. He's 72 years old, and he's catching me. So I'm like, don't be, and I'm going faster and faster, and I got away from him, and then I'm dying again, and I can hear the roar coming again. I mean, I had to sprint to the end of the finish line to keep this 72-year-old man from beating me. So, and I was in my 20s, so whatever. No, I did the Jacksonville River Run, and I was good enough. I was like a national class. I was good enough to be in the lead or up in the front group, but not in the very front where they have all the Kenyans and the guys from New Zealand, everybody that was so good at that time. They're all in the middle of the front line. And there's this giant flatbed truck with all the cameras on it because they filmed this thing. And they shoot off this giant howitzer to start the race. And everybody takes off, and that big flatbed truck stalls. So all the people that are on the outside, like where I was, we shot up the side of the road and around the truck. And Michael Mazzocchi, the guy that went on to win it, he's stuck behind the truck. So that night they showed it, they showed a replay of it on TV, and for the first 3 miles, I'm in the lead pack. And so it's like,
that's awesome.
I'm just running along because I'm good enough runner to be up there. But then, of course, the Kenyans caught me and ran away from me. So whatever. But I did that was the first one I beat the first woman, which was like Patty Catalano, I think back then. So I beat the first woman in the river run. So proud moment.
That's awesome.
Got on TV, got my 15 seconds of fame.
And you've always taken good care of yourself.
No, because I ran for about 10 years competitively, and then I quit running and started smoking. And started smoking for about several years. I was up to about 2 packs a day.
Well, that was a good decision.
Yeah, one of my best.
So you're like a competitive smoker. You just quit running.
I'm just going to
smoke.
I set PRs. I set PR smoking. So I just got working at this company, and the senior management all smoked. And if you wanted to find out anything, I think that's how
the smoke hole.
That's exactly what happened. And I mean, my boss, she was very healthy, and I would come to meetings with her, and she'd say, "Oh yeah, we're going to be doing this and this." And I said, "No, we're not doing that." And she goes, "What?" And I go, "Oh yeah, they decided, the general manager decided we're not doing that." "Where'd you hear that?" He smokes. He was at the smoker's hole telling us so. So yeah, I smoked until my son's 18th birthday, and then I said I'm quitting. So I quit and started running again. So
Did you get fat?
Yeah, got very fat. Got probably 220 pounds, 230 pounds maybe at the most. So I'm in the 180s now, so high 180s, but I got up to 220.
What about drugs or alcohol? Ever get into that?
No, thank God, because it was tough enough quitting smoking. If I'd ever gotten hooked on anything else, I'd still be on it. So yeah, I think I'm a very addictive personality.
So then when you were smoking, how'd you get off the cigarettes?
The gum. Yeah, I tried everything. I tried the patch, I tried gum, and I tried suckers. I did everything, but I think the gum finally did it. So
the gum was so good. I mean, that was.
My friends in pharmacy school would chew the gum and smoke. They loved it.
I never did that.
Yeah.
I just.
oh my God, you're
nicotine.
overdosing
Yeah.
on
But I
nicotine.
tell you, the gum was. That's the thing, man.
The patch was good. It worked, except that I always had to have something like a sucker in my mouth, so I was getting tooth decay. So because I mean, you had to have something in my mouth and all that. So when I did the gum, it was great because it took care of that. Put the cigarette in your mouth and the nicotine. So, and I chewed the gum for years. So yeah, it took me. And people used to go like, "Why? When are you going to stop the gum?" I said, "You know what? I don't care if I die chewing gum. It's much healthier. I know it's not good for you, but it's much healthier than smoking a cigarette." So.
Stopping smoking cigarettes is so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. I can remember I took Chantix for a while, but at the same time I was also, drinking a half gallon of vodka and taking 20 Percocet every day. So I'm not really sure what was messing up what, but I definitely didn't feel good on the Chantix.
I'm trying not to smile.
And then when I quit smoking, every time I try to quit smoking, I would do one of those things where you gradually taper. And so naturally I would enter in that I smoked more than I actually did so that you can enjoy the last few days.
He would lie.
I'd lie to my app on my phone. And so then I
had a smoking
I
app,
never
yeah.
smoked so many cigarettes and when I was trying to quit because it's all I thought about. And so finally I started chewing the gum and doing the patches. And when I would smoke and chew the gum, it would make me sick, like too much nicotine. And so I was chewing the gum, taking the patches, and I remember coming home from work, and the patch had worn off. So I wasn't sure how long I had been without the patch.
It wore off?
It had rubbed off.
Fell off.
From,
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'd have been out working.
Oh, okay.
So all the sweat
I got
and
you.
rubbing up against my shirt had the patch fell off. And so I didn't know how long I'd been without the patch, so I thought maybe I've been most of the day. I don't know. Maybe I can go another day. And it just happened.
So, and I miss smoking. I hated being a smoker, but I loved smoking. I could easily get back into it very easily because I really enjoy smoking.
Yeah, we'll be walking through a parking lot or something. I'll be like, oh, somebody smoking in front of us. And he's like, yeah, that smells good.
I love smoking.
It never bothers me being around other smokers, but if I see Lethal Weapon, and back when Mel Gibson was cool and he lights up that cigarette and all, I'm like, ooh, I want a cigarette. That's something that would make me want a cigarette. But usually not just being around smokers won't do it. So, I mean, they smoke at work and all that, so it doesn't bother me.
My parents both smoked.
My
They didn't smoke in the
dad
house,
did.
though. They smoked on the porch.
Is your whole family fit?
They are now, yeah. They weren't always, but I got into running first. And then I got into that Florida Striders, which is our local running group down in Orange Park, Florida. And I forgot who came in next, but everybody. So I've got like an app, and every month we have a competition to see who gets the most mileage that month. So my parents
cool.
don't run anymore, but they still work out. So they do the silver sneakers type stuff and all that. So, but my brother, my two sisters and my brother run, my son runs. We're all going to do one of the Tough Mudders down in Florida. And they're
Well, that's pretty cool.
healthy. Yeah, it is kind of cool. Yeah.
You going to do the Tough Mudder with your son? You know, Chris is still pretty pissed off at you for not doing that Tough Mudder.
And rightly so.
Are you doing the Tough Mudder again this fall?
Yeah, I've signed up. I'm registered for 2. The
Okay.
one in Central Florida and the one in wherever it is in Nashville. They call it Tennessee Tough Mudder. So yeah.
I'm signed up for that as well.
Well, I got tucked y'all into it, so I hope you don't get pissed off at me like Chris if I back out.
If you back out, I'll be pissed.
Yeah, we will.
No, I plan on doing it. They're a lot of fun. So
yeah, that
I
was
love
fun.
them.
That was
Yeah.
fun. That was different.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was.
Vaughn, you need to do it.
This last one was tough. That one that was in Pulaski, Tennessee.
Yeah.
It was
It
tough.
looks like a lot of
Milky
fun.
Way
It's
Farms.
not like a. It's not a competitive thing. It didn't seem.
Not
No.
at all.
It's
It
more
is
of a-
so fun.
It's more of a teamwork kind of thing,
Yep.
and that was very appealing.
Yeah, my very first one, I ran with my family, and my son and I were there, and we kind of got into it, so we took off. And then I realized, why did I do that? You know, why did we do that? And so the next one I ran with the family, we all stayed together, and that was a blast. And then we did that one last year in Tennessee, and we had a large group there. And, you know, we had Anthony and I can't even think who was all there.
His buddy Will Gamble.
Dane and Carrie and Stephanie was there, and we had a blast and all that. So yeah.
I just watched a documentary called Rise of the Sufferfests, and it was about Tough Mudder and what is it, OCR racing, obstacle course
Spartan.
races,
Yeah.
Spartan,
Yeah.
and how it originated from some guy in England or Scotland or something, and
I think I heard that. Yeah.
it was called the Tough Guy.
Huh.
And it was freezing temperatures and all these crazy, and the guy's nuts. The guy that put it on is totally nuts in a really cool way, but clearly not a business person. So he got, they've made fortunes off Tough Mudder, and they've made fortunes off Spartan racing.
I want to do Spartan. I want to do that Spartan trifecta thing where those 3 things fit together, the 3 medals or whatever.
Yeah,
they
I
do.
would love to do that.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
What's the things that Jennifer Lofton Bailey is that Spartan races she does?
Yeah, I think so.
Because
I don't
you need to talk to her, because I heard she's a real. I mean, I know she's a badass at doing them, but I mean, I've heard that she goes down to like some place like in Como where they've got like obstacle courses built up and trains down there special for it and all that. I mean, I think she's a real badass at these obstacle courses. I'd like to go do one that like she does, and I think I don't know the lengths of them and all, but I think they're tough.
I wanted to do the death race, but they quit doing it.
Well, that's probably good with that name. It's probably good you chose not to do that.
I don't know what I'm getting ready to get into, but me and Drogmiller are going, or Drogmiller and I, are going to Atlanta in 2 weeks to the Barbarian Challenge 10K.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's
What
like
is
a
that?
Tough Mudder. I don't know.
Oh,
She asked me to sign up with her, and I signed up. So
where is it?
It's in Atlanta, or right outside of Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So there's 100% chance that she will come home with a medal, something pierced, and possibly something tattooed. Because every time her and Drogmiller
Yes.
get together, they tattoo,
that
pierce,
happens.
and do
Yeah.
races.
Is she injured?
She is, but she's
She
doing a
used
lot
to-
better. She's
Okay.
doing PT and all that, so she thinks she's going to be good enough to
Okay.
do all that.
So what's this thing you're talking about?
Death
The
race?
Death
Me?
race.
The death race was the thing so before whoever started Spartan, right? These 2 guys started Spartan, and they had this. I hope I'm telling this right, but they had this thing called the death race, and the website was youmaydie.com. And
That's so positive.
And when you got there, like I had a friend that did it. He was like this big muscular guy, and when he got there and picked up his race stuff, his singlet was like small, really tiny. Like they like do stuff like that to mess with your head. And so he had to wear this little
you
really
have to wear it.
tiny bib in the race, and it was like he looked so ridiculous. But and it's just if you look at what's his name, Joe DeCina, the guy that starts Spartan.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is nuts. I mean, he just destroys these people.
Oh, wow.
And you go to the race, and it's like, okay, we're going to carry these logs up this mountain, and when we get there, we're going to split the logs, and then we're going to run 10 more miles, and then we're going to do whatever else I can think of out of my head or something like that. But majority of people that go into the race, it's one of those that don't finish. But then they quit. Either they had some sort of falling out or something. I don't know the whole story, but for whatever reason,
They quit doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Sounds interesting.
Yeah,
Would you
they've
do
actually.
that, Mark?
Pardon me?
Would you do that?
I saw one, and it may have been the same thing. I don't know, but you start off and you have to carry like an axe. So you're running with an axe, which seems kind of crazy too. And they get to the certain point, and there's like their number or something's on it, and they have to chop this thing out with their axe, and then they have to leave the axe, and then they have to carry this root tree thing with them. And I thought, that sounds kind of neat because I think it's just testing your ability to keep going. You know, a lot of these races just seem like it's don't quit.
That's my question. When I asked you if you would do the death race, how much information do you need, or how much planning do you need to sign up for something, or will you just do just about whatever?
I think if I'm in shape, I'll do it. Yeah, I think
You're always in shape.
No, I'm not always in shape, but no, I mean, because I wasn't in running shape. You know, now I'm getting in running shape. So if it was something like that had a lot of running in it, I'd have to know I was in running shape. So, and you know, after I came out of the Open, I was kind of hurt. I'm still recovering from some injuries from the Open. So, and so I mean, if I hadn't, I think I'd have been healthier if I hadn't scaled them because the step overs wrecked my knees. So,
The death race, they've actually registered the quote, "You may die."
so it's still got a website.
Yeah. It looks like they're not in the United States anymore, but they're around the world.
Okay.
South America, Greece, Asia, Australia, Canada,
Yeah,
Europe.
that and the Go Ruck. I think the Go Ruck challenge are something that I would like to get into, but
I looked into a Go Ruck a couple years ago.
I think I'd want to do these things. You asked me if I'd like to do something like that. I think if other people were going, it doesn't have to be where we're all together like Tough Mudder, but at least you know you're going to start and you're going to finish with friends and all that. I think, somewhere about, I think that'd be, to just take a trip off and do a Spartan race or something like that by myself. I don't know that I'd want to do that. So I like the social aspect of, going out to dinner before and getting together later on that day. So I like that part of it.
That's my favorite part of all of it.
dinner.
Yeah, it really is.
I agree.
All that and waking up. I'm a morning person. Obnoxiously happy in the mornings, and I like seeing everybody and getting started. And then once.
So why aren't you doing CrossFit in the morning then? Because you could really pep up 5 a.m.
Because I start work at 7, so I wake up at 6.
I got you.
And I wake up at 6 pretty much without an alarm clock, and I'm raring to go.
Yeah.
The difference between waking up at 6 and waking up at 4
It's huge.
is huge.
Sure.
Very
Believe me, I know.
And I like working out. So in the afternoon, I want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And so I just don't want to.
And there's a bunch of people there too. Are you usually at 4 p.m.s?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the fun crowd.
So morning time CrossFit, I just
What?
can't bring myself to
5
do
a.m.'s
it.
fun.
I'm not saying you're not fun,
Yeah, you are.
but
just did.
No, when I started the gym, I started at 4 p.m. For a long time, I went to 4 p.m. and it was fun. It was a little out of control sometimes, but it was fun. And
There's nothing controlled about the 4 p.m. class.
Yeah, I tell you, at 5 a.m. this morning was not fun because Stephanie and I ran in from our run and Carrie's there for the second time this week alone.
Sorry, Carrie.
She was unhappy.
I saw that.
She was very unhappy that
sorry,
she was the
Carrie.
only one for the second time this week. So, yeah, I felt sorry for her as I laughed at her. So
I can't do that. I can wake up and run or I could wake up and CrossFit if that's all I had. But I can't wake
Or there's
up,
a girl you're pursuing.
work out, or if I'm after a girl. In that case, I'll
She
do
nailed it.
for weeks at a time and never miss. And be raring to go.
that's the funniest story I've ever heard. I love hearing that story.
My attendance record has never been so good as the first time that I saw Amanda in a 5 a.m. class.
And what did you say? He has a potty mouth.
Yeah. I didn't want to friend him on Facebook. I was like, oh, he's so terrible. He says the F word so much.
Was it like 2 months, you said, before she accepted the friend
It
request?
was like 2 weeks before
2
she
weeks.
answered
I had to blow
my
everything
Yeah,
out.
because I used to not use Facebook very much.
before she answered my I cast the net through Facebook Messenger. She didn't respond for 2 weeks, which for me is it's a long time. But when she did,
I know. I had still waiting for people to accept my friend request.
yeah, I can't do the mornings. it's hard for me to work after I work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Me, I know that I like it what I'm doing right now with the project management, kind of starting up a new business. I need to be able to work late every night if I can, and I can't stand the thought of missing that workout, whether it's running or whether it's CrossFit. And I feel like right now I don't even think I'm a CrossFitter because I'm running so much, but I know I plan to get back into it. But I just have a different set of goals right now, and but I can't stand the thought of not being able to get my workout in, because that's such therapy to me. You know, like you talk about addictive personality, I'm addicted to that working out, and so the thought of it's 7 or 8 o'clock at night and I'm still at work and I'm thinking I got to go home and get some sleep, you know. So I'm so glad that for that 5 a.m. either run or CrossFit. So I got to get it out of the way.
Well, working for myself, unless it's the kids or a customer involved, then I can always get to where I need,
right,
where I want to go. So I'll always cut out,
yeah,
you know, early enough to get to the 4 p.m. class, if that's what, you know, unless there's extenuating circumstances. But as far as the morning times go, the morning hours from like 6 to 9, I am so enthused. And I have all that energy, and I want to write, and I have ideas and great things that I want to accomplish for the day. And by 9:30, all those things are gone. Like, I don't have the energy.
So you're dead for the rest of the day?
Yeah. And so if I CrossFit, or if I work out from 5 to 6, I don't have that 6 to 9:30 window.
Yeah.
I don't have that feeling of gratitude, like I'm just glad to be here and life is good and I want to do all these crazy, wonderful things today, right now. That all goes away.
So you're a morning person and nothing else. That's it the rest of the day, yeah. Okay.
I peak about 9:30 a.m. and the rest is
it's downhill from then on. Yeah.
Just like Amanda and I wake up just so happy together. She's such a morning person, you wouldn't believe it.
I'm a vampire. I could live in the dark, and he turns lights on. He wakes up and goes click, and I'm like, I run out of the room.
I wake up every morning and I look at Amanda and I tell myself, like, you ever seen the Chris Farley skit where he's dressed up like Wilson Phillips receiving that award?
Yes.
He's like,
yep.
Like, I look at her and I'm like, calm the fuck down, Wilson. Like, calm down. Otherwise, I'll be like, Amanda, good morning. Good morning. And she's like, get out of here. So I got to, like, take it easy. Be cool.
And yet she's at 5 a.m. So she does something. Is that just because you make it because you know your work schedule and you have to get it out of the way?
I do. And plus I like getting it out of the way early. I have more energy of a morning. And the longer I go through work, I just get drained. And by the end, if I do 4, 5, or 6, you know,
but
tired.
you're not the 5 a.m. you used to be.
No, I do go in the afternoon. Yeah, it depends on work schedule.
Yeah.
But if I have my way, the 5 a.m. is my number one choice.
Yeah, I feel bad because I do feel like, you know, more focusing more on the running. I have left the 5 a.m. group a lot, and I do feel like sometimes they need somebody to get in there, and because I am kind of a rebel rouser, I guess, you know, is a nice way to put it. So
yeah, Stephanie took a picture of me laying curled up on the box between our 3-minute rest on our back squats the other day.
Sometimes I come back from the run and I walk in and it's just like everybody's doing the workout, but it's so quiet, even with the music on. I mean, it's like, make some noise, you know. It's like, so they're just working out and not interacting. So they're not encouraging each other.
Part of the reason that Amanda would wake up early and go versus afternoons because she doesn't like the heat. Does the heat affect you? I know it affects you to some extent.
Well, yeah, I actually like the heat.
You grew up in Florida, though.
Yeah, I started running when I was working night shift, so my workouts were at noontime. So almost every day they were at noontime. So I got used to the heat. So I don't know if it's just a psychological advantage or just, you know, knowing that I've done that. Because everybody keeps telling me about the heat at the nautical 10 mile, and I'm like, all right, I got an advantage. And I said, sometimes I just think it's a cycle. I don't think I have physiologically any better adaptation. I sweat like a hog, but I don't think that makes me any better in the heat. I just think I can handle it psychologically. Some people, they get hot and they get sweaty and they go, I'm going to slow down. And I don't. I'll just keep pushing. So,
what time do you go to bed every night?
Too late. I probably
your goal bedtime?
9, 10ish, whatever.
It just seems to me that the 5 a.m.ers get up and make it to the 5 a.m. in my head with no effort. That y'all just
there's
wake
effort.
up in the morning and it's no problem for you to go.
My problem is I know it's going to be hard, so I get up early and I have my cup of coffee. So, and then I have a shower. I always take a shower. People say, why do you shower before you work out? Because it wakes me up. And then by the time I get into the gym, I'm raring to go. So, but I give up probably an hour of sleep that I could get if I would just get up, put all my clothes on and go out the door. But I think I would walk into the gym like a zombie. And when I get to the gym, I want to be ready to work out or ready to run. So it's worth that extra hour or lack of sleep of that extra hour or so.
Amanda read somewhere, had somebody suggest to her to sleep in your workout clothes or in your running clothes. And I thought that's a really good thought.
Oh, yeah, I read a running article the other day that said that. So I thought about trying that.
Because do you ever wake up and not get up because you think about all the things that you have to do after you get up? Like, I still got to get dressed and I got to do this. Or does that cross your mind?
No, that doesn't really cross my mind because I know, I have to be at work at 6:30. So it's either I get extra 30 minutes of sleep, well, I guess an hour of sleep, or just go ahead and get up and shower really quick and throw my clothes on and go to the gym and then head to work. I try to pack my gym bag the night before so I don't have that excuse like, oh, I got to gather my scrubs up and get my makeup. And
Yeah, that's the key to be prepared.
yeah.
Everything's done. The coffee starts at a certain time automatically. I can just get up and
That's what I'm waiting for, the Keurig. I want the Keurig to come out with a timer that it turns itself on, or it's smart, so it's innate. Because my house is all
They
connected.
don't have one of those?
They have one that'll turn on, but it won't brew. It'll turn on, and you can hit, it'll
That's right.
It'll be heated
But
up.
yeah, that's
but
right.
it
I
won't
wanted to make the
brew.
cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I wanted to make the cup of coffee. Yeah, that's right. It turns on. Yeah, so it's ready to go, but it's still. I have to sit there and wait for it,
You have to press a button.
and it makes that noise, that diarrhea sound. So, and I'm just sitting there waiting, and it just takes forever to fill that cup of coffee up. I want it to be there when I get there.
Sometimes Amanda wakes up for the 5 a.m. then she decides that she would rather just watch me sleep peacefully.
Is that what
It's
she
hard
does?
for her to make up her mind.
I'm sure that's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, you wake up. Do you finally wake up and she's just staring at you in that
In a chair.
longing
I see
look?
him in his
He's been
CPAP.
sitting there in the room.
I could just
watching
watch you to sleep forever.
She's got a
See
feather
how it's a
going over
CPAP.
going over my CPAP mask.
He rolled over the night, and I was like, I put my finger on the little air escape thing. I was like,
That was like real funny. It's real cute.
He's having nightmares of he's drowning.
speaking of drowning, when the electricity went off the other night with the storms, you could hear him struggling because there was no air.
Oh no!
Oh,
You can hear him.
has anybody ever died from that?
I was waking him. I was like, hey, your mask.
Wow.
There's no air. The electricity's off. He's like, oh, thank God.
I'm serious. Has anybody ever died from that? Because it's like,
A friend of
do
ours
you
was
know?
talking about setting up like Dracula
can
when the
breathe.
power goes off at his house. Like,
oh my God. That was-
we're running over. We're out of time. We're doing a good job of keeping
job,
time.
Mark.
Nice job.
Not keeping you here all night.
okay. I enjoyed it. Time flew.
Thanks, dude.
Man, thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming on here and
That,
doing this.
that was
No
really
problem.
short. I feel like I didn't
It
ask
went
a lot of
way
questions.
fast.
Huh?
I looked down and it was like 8:50.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Dang.
Well, it's just Mark's. You're comfortable to be around.
Yeah.
It's
Easy
like
conversation.
it's almost like we're just sitting on a couch having a conversation.
It sure enough is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
weird helmets.
I was so nervous. I don't know. I mean, I just felt like when I was in that chair, I was like, don't slump, don't touch him, don't touch Chris.
Yeah.
So
Well, thanks, Mark.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
enjoyed it. Thank you all.
All right.